How we doing?
All right. Out of all the attributes that make a quarterback, what would you rate mental toughness?
Oh man, I believe that mental toughness is a huge aspect for a quarterback position. I'd rank it in the top three for sure. I think that to play this position, you go through a lot of adversity on the field and sometimes off the field, whether that's in the locker room or whatever it is. But I believe it's very important.
Do you feel like your mental toughness has been completely underrated?
I mean, it's definitely underrated throughout every single sport, I believe. A lot of guys don't really take mental into it, and I think that it's one of the most important things again. And mine might be a little underrated. Like I went through a lot in my career at Texas, whether that be injuries or other things like that. But I think that I wouldn't trade anything because it made me who I am today. It built my character to where I am today. And if anything does happen in the future, to the extent that happened there, then I'm ready for it and how to attack it.
When did the oblique officially occur, and how many games would you say you were fully healthy for this past season?
Yeah, so the oblique, it started popping up on me the Monday after we played in Michigan, and just kind of thought it was a little tweak, and then throughout practice it kind of got worse and worse and worse, and then obviously it kind of just popped against UTSA, and I'd probably say I played 2 games, maybe 3 games healthy, counting the first 2, and then maybe one in between the ankle and the oblique.
Was it a full tear? Was it partial tear?
They labeled it as a sprain, but it didn't feel like just a sprain.
Quinn, what was it like for you, just the way your career ended, playing against Ohio State, and then of course Jack Sawyer making that play?
Yeah, I mean, how crazy is that, right? Just a complete full circle moment for everybody. Me and Jack especially. Just getting up to Ohio State and being roommates with the guy, and then him finishing off kind of our career like that. Super proud of him and the team for sure, going to win in the national championship. But it's tough. It's tough on our end whenever you lose a game like that.
When you're going through the injuries, did you ever get any thought of coming back and playing a full season healthy?
Yeah, no. I wanted to continue on my journey to the NFL, and I wanted to leave a legacy and leave my legacy at Texas, and I didn't want to disrupt that at all. I think they affected me for sure, but kind of going back to my mental toughness and my resiliency, I think it was good for me to kind of go through stuff like that and see where I ended up towards the end of it all. And again, like I said, when it does occur again, because it's a violent sport that we play, I'll be ready and I'll have a way to attack it.
Quinn, were you going?
Yeah, I feel really good. I feel really good right now.
Quinn, were you going through practice weeks as a full participant in spite of all the injuries, or were there days or weeks where you were doing limited work?
I was doing limited work, but I practiced every day at the same time. So my reps would be limited, especially coming off the oblique, and then obviously with the ankle a little bit. But I did as much as I could, that's for sure. Yeah, I mean, it's a tough play. It's a good play by him. He made a good move past our right tackle, and I think I got a little faster than he was back at Ohio State because he got up on me pretty quick. But no, I mean, he's a great player. He was fun to play against, and he definitely made a good play there.
How often have you had to talk about this?
Oh man, it seems like every day now. No, but often, obviously, because it's such a big play, and for it seems like that play just kind of was our entire season. But it was a fun year, and it was a fun 3 years.
How did the competition with Arch Manning make you a better player in practice, and then sharpen your mental toughness so you can come out and play through the injuries?
For sure. I mean, it says in the Bible, iron sharpens iron. So it was good for me and him to kind of get to work together. And, we both are competing for the same job, but us being pals off the field was good for us as well. And like you said, I wouldn't trade any of that because it's the reality of the position. There's always going to be a big name in the room or around the room. So I'm glad that he was a part of our team, and I'm glad that I had to hear about it as well.
Quinn, what teams have you met with this week?
There's been quite a few. I know I had formals with Tennessee, New Orleans, the Raiders, Jacksonville, Pittsburgh, the Jets. And then there's a couple more in there. There's a couple more.
You talk about some of the cats back in Austin that you're excited to watch continue their
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think for me, it's going to be fun to watch Matthew Golden and see where he ends up and where he goes. Guys like Isaiah Bond, Gunnar Helm's going to be fun to watch. And then Jade Barron, all those guys I'm excited to see where they end up. Jake Majors and Hayden. Actually, me and Gunnar are co-best men in Hayden Connor's wedding coming up in April, so I'm just excited to see all those guys and where they all end up.
How anxious are you to throw for scouts to show them that hey, I'm healthy and show them that you can make all the throws and that kind of thing?
Say the first part.
How anxious are you to
How
do
anxious?
that?
Okay. I'm not anxious at all, because at the end of the day, it's just we're going out there and throwing routes on air. And as a quarterback, that's what we do, right? That's the easy part to this week, or is what it should be at least. But no, I'm excited to get out there and just show everybody my arm.
Hey Quinn, what did you think of Aaron Glenn and the Jets when you met with them?
Yeah, I thought it was great. They had high energy in there, and it was fun to be in that room because it was one of the earlier ones for me, and I was a little nervous, but it was good to get in that room and see the energy that they had, and how excited that the room felt.
Quinn, how would you describe Texas high school football?
Man, I believe that it's one of the best, leagues before you get into college, for sure. I think just the amount of competition that you have in Texas high school football and the amount of guys that you have that are going to be at the next level that you're playing against in high school, I think it's unmatched for sure, especially towards when you get to the 6A level.
What would you say was your favorite game?
I mean, it was definitely cool, that's for sure, to be able to get paid throughout college. I think everybody deserves it. The amount of work that we put in through the entire year, because it's a 12-month process for us, and we got school after. I think that the school makes a lot of money off of what we do, so for us to be able to make a little bit of money off of that too, I think it was really cool. And obviously NIL was the reason I left my senior year early, so there was a lot that was impacted for sure.
What do you think
Gotcha. Yeah, no, it's a weird dynamic for sure. The Texas legislature wasn't going to allow high school football players to be paid, but I had a big opportunity in front of me to go make a good chunk of money, and I kind of went about it like, I don't know what's certain in the future, but I know what's certain right now, and there's a good chunk of money that could change a lot of things, and I decided to go ahead and take that step in the time. I was at Ohio State. I might have regretted it just looking back on my guys and my homies back at home, watching them play their senior year and live their senior year. But, looking back on it now, I don't regret anything that I did just because the amount that I learned while I was at Ohio State and through the entire process.
What do you think your best trait as a quarterback is?
Yeah, totally. I would say just be where your feet are. And don't look too far forward. Don't look too far back. Just continue to be consistent, because with consistency is key. As long as you take the right step in the right direction consistently, you'll end up there.
What do you think?
Yeah, I don't even think it was 6 months, to be honest with you. So that it was like a vacation. It was crazy. But no, I mean, I think the best thing that I learned was kind of who I needed to be a college quarterback, sitting behind guys like C.J. Stroud and in the room with Coach Day, and kind of seeing how they do it, and then going to Texas and seeing how Coach Sark did it and how Coach Milwee did it. I think that was super important for me. And I had about a week to make the decision if I was going to stay in high school or if I was going to go to college early, and kind of flipping that switch to where, like, okay, I have another few months with my parents. I can still get home cooked meals. They're still going to pay for my gas, and then going to college, and then kind of being like on my own. I think I really had to grow up like real fast, and I matured a lot when I was there. I wasn't as mature as I am now, obviously, when I was there, but I needed that. I needed that for sure. No, it was definitely good for me to go up there and experience what I experienced. I feel like I keep saying it, but I needed it. I kind of needed that, like, kind of knockdown, if that makes sense.
You take two more. You gelled so quickly.
What is the strongest aspect of your game?
Yeah. When people ask me this question, I feel like they're always looking for a physical answer, but I always go to an emotional answer, and I think that's my resiliency and just everything that I've dealt with. I know I keep talking about it, but I think that it's the reality of my position that I play. You have to be resilient. You have to have that mental toughness, and I think that's where I have an edge over most people coming out.
A lot of conversation about coach the future, quarterback development. Let's talk a little bit about coaches and how they impact the team.
Yeah, I mean, I think that when I first got to Texas, me and Coach Mill, we would meet every day in the afternoon to go through the offense, and he would install it for me so I could begin to learn it and begin to understand it, kind of see it how he saw it, and he helped me tremendously, and it was super cool to get to know him and his family, and he was a great dude to play for. He's funny because he's a little uptight and I'm more laid back. So, like I said, getting to see it from his perspective on how he looked at the plays, and then my perspective, I think that it allowed me. I don't want to say more intent because I always had intent, but it allowed me to be more in touch, I guess, with the plays.
How much